The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Update, and I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. Each week, we cover the goings around of our area, towns, and villages. This week, we're going to be starting out with John Moffett, the supervisor of the town of Mendon. John, how are we doing in Mendon?
Great, Chris. As always, thanks for having us. This is a great venue for many residents to receive information on their local community and neighboring communities. A week doesn't go by where a couple of people don't stop me and compliment really you on the fact that we are able to participate in this and that they're getting a lot of information via this, either live or video or the written portion of it in the weekly paper. So I think it's a great service to the various communities, and it gives me a chance to hear what other municipalities are doing. So I appreciate that opportunity. The big news this week, of course, was the military memorial. We had a press release in the Sentinel as well as on our website. So the military memorial committee that the Mendon Town Board appointed came back with their findings. The Mendon Town Board met, and we decided we were going to proceed with a military memorial on Semmel Road, which would be on the east side of the highway department where the rectangular soccer fields are. As a portion of that memorial, because it is a memorial to those fallen in that tragic helicopter crash, we are going to incorporate a spray park into that. A spray park is something that we had been considering for the last couple of years, and due to the wishes of the families of those fallen soldiers, especially our local soldier who lost his life and his family, we wanted to incorporate that. For those of you who are not familiar with a spray park, it is not a water park. A spray park does not hold any amount of water. It's just basically the ground gets or the cement, I should say, gets wet. There's no standing water, and water just shoots out of various features of that. It's basically geared for, I would say, maybe 12 years old and younger. Although on some of the hot days we've had lately, I definitely would take a stroll through that. I would add that there will probably be some type of a fundraiser in the community. The town cannot be a fundraising arm to this type of thing, and any fundraising that is done in the community will be used solely for the military portion of the memorial. There'll be a plaque and various aspects separate from the spray park that will be dedicated to the military memorial portion. Also wanted to mention that the school tax bills you've either received it or it's in the mail. If you're in the town of Mendon, and you may pay those bills at the town office. I've mentioned this previously. In person, you can put it in the mail, or you can put it in the drop box, which is on the West Main Street side. That is for the HFL and Pittsburgh school districts. But as I mentioned, you must be a Mendon resident to pay it at the town of Mendon. And let's see, there's a ceremony on September 11th at 8:30 a.m. at the cemetery in Honeoye Falls, honoring the 20th anniversary of 9/11. That will go from 8:30 to 10:30, which will surround the times that the attacks took place. Mendon Firemen's Carnival is coming up on the 10th and 11th of September. The parade is on the 11th at 12 o'clock noon. Please note the time, as it is a different time of day than normal. And the parade will follow the normal route and the carnival will take place on that Friday and Saturday. Also, I've been in touch with RG&E about the power outages that we had in the town of Mendon this year, and I'm still awaiting an official response for exactly why this happened, why it happened so often, and what was the cause, and is the cause been fixed, for lack of a better term. So I know that they had the same problem in the town of Pittsford. I've been in touch with Bill Smith, the supervisor from Pittsford, and they had the same concerns and want to know that whatever the problem is has been rectified, because we certainly don't want to have that issue anymore. So as always, Chris, thanks for having me.
Thank you, John. And thank you for those very kind words at the beginning. Well, this week, folks, we've got a special guest, Amber Corbin. She's the deputy supervisor of the town of Rush. She'll be, I guess, what do they call it in baseball? Pinch hitting? That's it. Pinch hitting right for Jerry, fan favorite Jerry. Yeah. So no pressure, Amber. How we doing in Rush this week?
Thank you very much, Chris, for allowing me to sit in. And yes, our supervisor, Jerry QC, is a very hard act to follow. I by no means am able to fulfill that role, but I'll try my best. Want to thank everyone for having me here today, and hello everyone from the town of Rush. And get ready for it. The best kept secret in Western New York, I'm told, is the go-to phrase. So I totally agree with that. First of all, we've been very busy engaged in our 2022 budget workings with the department heads and town people, and we are encouraging as much as possible community involvement. We continue to have our town board and other board meetings, both in person and virtual. You can get all that information right off our website if you'd like to join us via the Zoom platform. Our emergency preparedness officer last week implemented a mask policy again. So we do have signs and masks on our doors. Every people, residents, visitors are requested to wear a mask regardless of vaccination status. So again, we hope once you visit our wonderful library and town hall and other facilities, you will be ready with that wonderful mask. We're researching electronic vehicle charging stations for the town. We started that process to help be a climate smart community and sustainability. I've been reaching out to a few other towns, and I believe I see a few faces on here I'm going to be talking to in the very near future on that. Big happenings is coming up on September 14th. The town of Rush and the town of Henrietta are working together on what's called an LWRP, a local waterfront revitalization program. And there's a community involvement workshop at the town Henrietta Town Hall on September 14th from 6:30 to 8. And this group is looking to hear ideas from our residents to enhance our waterfront access. We have that beautiful Genesee River, obviously, that runs right through Rush and Henrietta. And we're looking to enhance our waterfront access, protect public natural, cultural, and economic resources along that lovely waterfront. It's a big undertaking, but please show up if you'd like, both virtual and in person. The information can be found on both Henrietta and Town of Rush website. So, as we know, yes, the town of Rush is the best kept secret in Western New York, but we are getting more and more building permits and people coming and asking about our wonderful town. So I love that it's the best kept secret, but apparently the word's getting out there. So thank you, Chris, for having me. It's nice to meet everyone here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, I hope.
Thanks, Amber. Eileen, the village of Scottsville, how are we doing there?
Doing okay and enjoying a little break from the hot weather.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to have it a little cooler. DPW news is probably the biggest thing on our agenda today. A reminder that all brush, tree limbs, yard debris can be brought up to the DPW on Saturdays in September from 9 to 12. So that's a chance for you if you have a lot of debris that needs to be taken away. put it in the truck and drive it right up to the DPW, and they will help you take care of it. Just a reminder that proof of residency is required. Other news for the DPW, as you know, COVID has slowed down many things. We're still waiting on our new 1-ton truck to come in. It was ordered several months ago, but hopefully will be here soon. They're updating the striping on Main Street and Beckwith Avenue. This is being contracted. The no parking signs that have been put up on Beckwith Avenue by the TJ Connor Elementary School. We want people to remember that there is no parking now at the exit of the TJ Connor loop for 30 feet east of the exit, and then an additional 30 feet to accommodate the fire hydrant that's there. The striping will be added as soon as the contractor can get out here. The village DPW is also painting the crosswalks around the village, as well as the lines on all the stop signs. One of their big projects this summer has been the catch basins. They're working on the catch basins right now, repairing and replacing. Right now, they are concentrating on the really bad spots. There are 3 on Diana Drive, so you may see them up there, 1 on Chili Avenue and 1 on Browns Avenue. Sewer pipes are all being flushed, and a catch basin on Weldon is being replaced. The DPW has also been working with the Forestry Board and Terry Tree to identify trees that need to be taken down, as well as trimming and stump grinding that needs to be done this fall. So be on the lookout for that. As for the municipal building, remember masks are required for unvaccinated visitors to the building, but we are also strongly recommending that even vaccinated people wear a mask in the building. As John said, school tax bills are going out, so that means summer has flown by and it's back to school for all our students. I just want to remind people, please, while being aware during daily commutes is an everyday job, please be extra vigilant as our students go back to the school routine. Watch for pedestrians in the crosswalks, and remember, there is no passing a stopped school bus. So add a little extra time to your daily commute to allow for these occurrences. We wish all our students, teachers, and staff a safe, healthy, and productive school year, and have an enjoyable Labor Day weekend. And that's it from us.
Thanks, Eileen. You know, I have to admit, it's been a number of years since I've been in school, but every September, I still feel the same way. I don't know about you guys.
Listen, I was a teacher, and this time of year, I want to go buy crayons and pencils.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thanks. Mike, the town of Lima, how are we doing there?
We're doing fairly well, Chris. Thanks for having us on. First, on a sad note, the town of Lima is marking the passing of former Supervisor Lance Bassage, who passed away this past Tuesday. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family at this time. The tentative budget is scheduled to be presented to the town board on Tuesday, the 7th of September. The water survey that was an interest survey is now completed. We're done taking in the survey pieces. So that goes back to the engineers to finish processing all of the paper returns, marry them up with the online returns, and then we'll probably have the data, I would say, in 2 or 3 weeks. We do have Livingston County signed a letter to Governor Hochul, along with several other counties in New York State, regarding the rules that are going to crunch us a little bit on our nursing staff. Livingston County does operate the Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation in Mount Morris, which is a premier senior recovery and living facility. But if there is no relief on the 100% vaccinated rule, we stand to lose approximately 40 of our nurses, and we'll have to make some fairly hard choices, along with many other counties. So we are advocating for going back to weekly testing for those nurses who are not vaccinated, so that we don't have to put all of those elderly folks in a crunch. We have a open public hearing right now on planned development entertainment, or PDE. Our town code already has 2 planned development sections, which were passed quite a while ago. One for light industrial, which everyone can see the results of that over on Slocum Road. The other one for senior residential, which never came to fruition. It sits there in the code empty. What a planned development section allows you to do is, if someone came forward with a complete plan, it would go to the planning board and then the town board, and then a rezoning of a particular parcel would be considered within the guidelines of whatever is set there in that PD area. The PDE for entertainment would open the possibility of having entertainment type venues here within the town outside of the village. Again, the public hearing has been kept open from last meeting. We still at the town board have not received any input from the planning board because they failed to make a quorum at their last meeting. And the agricultural advisory board is not set to meet until after this next town board meeting. So it is unlikely we will be closing the public hearing at the next meeting, but just keep it open so that we can make sure everybody is heard. Along with that, we're going to be modifying our meeting rules a little bit and bringing them back in line with the county planning board. The county planning board in Livingston County allows public hearing comments for 3 minutes a person. We'll be limiting comments to 5, asking people to sign in, etc. We're also going to be instituting the privileges of the floor area for our town meetings. And at the meeting on the 7th, privileges of the floor have been granted to Dan Marcellus to come in and talk about a acoustic treatment for the top floor of the town hall, so that you can actually hear in the meetings. Unless the place is jammed full of people to absorb the sound, the room is all hard surfaces and it's very difficult to hear. So Dan has a plan and some diagrams and some other things that we can do to help baffle the sound. And that's all I've got, Chris.
All right, thanks, Mike. Anybody have anything that they want to add that they may have forgotten?
Chris, I would like to add something. I forgot to mention that we will be having a town board meeting on the September 13th. That's a Monday. And at that point, I will be presenting the tentative budget, and that will be reviewed by the board. And then we will move on towards the preliminary budget at a future meeting, and hopefully a final budget after that. And I do want to reiterate a lot of what Eileen mentioned before, along with the school tax bills coming out. We certainly want everybody to be vigilant about the school buses that are going to be on the road starting next week. And everyone should be prepared, because those first few days of school, of course, there's a lot of hugs, kisses, photographs. So as a former employee of the transportation department, I can tell you that those first few days of school are things move along a little bit slower. So everyone needs to be patient.
All right. Good words, John. Thanks. And thank you all for watching and listening today's broadcast. Remember, we're here every Sunday at 1 o'clock on our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And I want to not leave before wishing everyone having a great Labor Day, where this is our Labor Day weekend, and happy back to school to everybody who's going back to school. Remember, be careful out there. All right, this is Chris Carosa on behalf of the mayors and supervisors signing off. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.